All right. Hold up 1 second. All right. Yeah, disable this for you guys. All right. So I guess the first strategy is, or first settings you probably want to go over are all of these. The quantity is just how many contracts you're trading. The first leg should be RB, and the second leg should be CL, and whatever contract month you're trading in. You can just adjust it from here. The profit target total is just basically how much total profit you want it to stop at. I would stop at it at like maybe 3 wins on the day, 2 wins on the day, maybe. Honestly, if you're up 2,400, I don't see the need to keep going. So this I would just set to like 1,400 or something like that. Stop loss total, I don't use this, but I figure to some people it could be helpful. Basically, it's just how much loss you for the day. So 2 losses would be like 2,400 or 2,200 or something like that. Okay, and the profit target per position is just your take profit. Stop loss per position is just your stop loss. So for 2 contracts, I would be running 1,200 and 11 negative 1,100. So you're at like 1 to 1.1 or something, or 1.1 to 1 risk to reward. Honestly, during the war, I might change this to negative 1,200 just because you do I've noticed that during this period specifically, you get wicked out a lot, so maybe 1,200 would be, worthwhile to consider. As for the time to start, just 12 a.m. PST, which if for all the PST traders, if you type in 0, it'll just default to 1. That's fine. It's just 1 second after the
Connection lost.
whoops, swap trade of 8. Anyways, uh, for your time to end, depends. If you want to be on the safer side, I would go 7 PST. Or if you like, if you're like me, I would just go 12 o'clock because you tend to claw your way back sometimes because you get a little bit of increased volatility when the market's actually open. For econ time to avoid, uh, I don't know. Honestly, I never use it, so I don't. I wouldn't know. But Joey probably has some settings for you for econ time to avoid. I just never use it because I ain't no bitch. But so yeah, you can use that if you want, but personally, I don't use it. For these triggers, you don't have to use them. If you just want full wins or full losses, you can just disable them. But if you do want to use them, for the first trigger, for if you're running 2 contracts, obviously this is all for 2 contracts, guys. Uh, the first one I would do 600. Uh, your profit trigger 1 is just how much, what profit it needs to hit, and this before it'll set your new stop at this. This is all in dollars, by the way. For profit trigger 2, it's the same thing, but profit trigger 2 and stop 2 should be higher than profit trigger 1 and stop 1. And if you're not going to use profit trigger 1, don't use trigger 2. For this, just set it to your stop loss. It has to be there. Sorry about that. Okay, and the last setting that I think it is worthwhile going over is the adversary detection. This is a new feature that I haven't actually rolled out to any of you guys yet, but right now you guys have it built in. You just don't have it in the settings yet, but it's auto set to 5 for you guys. So this, hold up, let me enable this. So basically, the adversary detection is a little complicated to explain, but for the most part, all it is just how much like how far above the green lines or orange lines need to be. I'll show you guys. So see how my adversary detection is set at 5, right? So what the adversary detection does is it basically looks at this top indicator right here. So for long trades, that would mean that this green line over here has to be at least 5 below. So if it's not at least 5 below, it won't take a trade uh long. It'll and vice versa for short. So let's just say up here, I don't actually know how people are getting trades up here, but because the adversary detection should have canceled it out as, this isn't 5. So this needs to be, maybe it was up a little bit more and it just went back down, but I could be wrong. I have no clue. But so basically what the adversary detection does is it allows you to set how far below or above it needs to be to take a long or short and vice versa. So if you had your adversary detection set at like the default 5, it would be, you would only, to take a long trade, it would only have to be 5 below this orange line and 5 above the orange line to take a short and a long respectively. Uh, how would I suggest modulating this? So if you have, let's just say you have your indicator is really tight like it is over here. See how tight it is? See how the blue lines are really close together? If you see like these areas where the blue line is really close together, I would just recommend setting it at 5 and just leaving it because, well, come on, realistically, you'd rather have it be safe than sorry because it means that volatility is probably a little lower and you probably don't want to be in a lot of trades at that point. But let's just say you're over here when the spread is super wide here, like today, or here over here. I would recommend, like, see how it's widening. I would recommend setting your adversary detection at something like 7 or 8, maybe even 10 if you're in a really big zone like over here. Just because you don't want to be caught in trades like let's see, actually this would have been a nice trade, but yeah, even then you would have gotten it because 34 to 48, that's more than enough for 10. So I would just recommend you keep yourself out of a lot of bad trades like the one today, like over here, just because, I was originally not going to let you guys play with this, but I figured that some people might be more inclined to, optimize their strategy. So that's just how I would do it. So if you're going to move the adversary detection, remember, the wider the spread is, the wider these blue lines are for both of these indicators, the higher your adversary detection needs to be. If your lines are very thin, the bottom I would suggest is 5, because 5 will allow you to keep yourself out of a lot of bad trades. If you really wanted to, you could be ballsy and go with 1, but I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. You won't. There's a lot of bad trades that you want to keep yourself out. This new version, I realize it takes a lot more trades because the way it takes trades is slightly different than how the old version used to be. So you do need a little bit of adversary detection. I would say just 5, just my personal preference. But to those advanced users, if you want to change it, suggest going between 5 and 10. I wouldn't go any higher than 10. Today, I probably would have set it at like maybe like 4. I would have set it at like probably 7 today, just because you can see that it was closing up, but like it's kind of widening up by the time uh you were over here. So I would have set it at 7 today. Just me. And if you were awake during like this hour over here and you saw it widening even further, I would have maybe even gone to like 8 or 9. But it will take some practice in market replay to actually, hone in your skills to be able to choose that properly. But if you really wanted to if you really wanted to do it, yeah, that's how you would do it. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much how that works. Uh, Yeah, that's how that's how the new update part works. I think it really does help, trust me. Like, you're not going to be in $10,000 loss days like you were if you wouldn't have the adversary detection, so it's really nice. Personally, use it. Trust me. Don't set it at 1 like a bitch. Trust me, you're not better than the strategy. I've coded it, so I would know. Anyways, that's pretty much all you really need to know about this. Uh, if you need any features, I have an update coming along. So the update is basically gonna take reversals. It'll basically, what's it called? After it, there's like certain things that I noticed where if you would get stopped out on trigger one, you sometimes could get a good trade using a stop limit or a stop market order, I should say. So that and sometimes losses do the same thing. So I'm thinking about adding that in too. But for now, we're just gonna go with the triggers. It's gonna be sort of like it like a continuation trade. So if you were like falsely stopped out, I think that continuation trades generally have a good chance of working, and that'll increase profitability. So we're gonna add that in probably at the end of the week this week. You should probably count on it. And some people have been asking for a Tuesday filter. I'll do that too. Although I don't trade Tuesdays, you're literally trading through like every single energy news besides crude change. So just don't trust me. You don't want to be negative 3,000 on the day. I've done that before. So yeah, that's all you really need to know. Wednesdays, I don't think you need to trade, but I do just because I have no aversion to risk. So yeah, that's kind of an L. But oh shit, it's actually going. Anyways, yeah, mine is in sim right now, so I don't have to worry about it in a trade. But see right now how you're under. There should be nothing but long trades here, right? If you're getting like short trades and your thing is like below, it's like you probably shouldn't be getting those. Just in. You probably need to talk to me or Joey about how the strategies work. I don't think Joey really knows too much about the strategies, so I would talk to me because I know the details of it better than he does probably. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Although, I think if you have any questions, please either comment them here. Actually, don't comment them here. I'm not gonna see them for like 3 weeks, and then I'll feel bad because I didn't see them. But yeah, if you have any comments or if you have any like suggestions for this strategy or like concerns about your specific condition and you want me to help you fix it, feel free to like DM me on Discord. Joey's Discord will not be in the link because I assume if you're watching this, you already have it. So just DM me. I can call with you if you want. I can just talk to you about how the strategy's going, and if you think your strategy is not working properly, obviously just come to me. I'll feel free to help you whenever I can. I am in class a lot for Monday and Wednesday, so just keep that in mind. I don't have all the time in the world today or Wednesday, but I should have a lot of time Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, that's really it. Have a nice day, everyone. Remember, happy trading.